Well, it's been an exhausting week for lawmakers at the state capitol, hammering final details of the state budget, which is due Sunday. Sarah Wilson spoke with officials from both sides of the aisle, and she joins us now live outside the state capitol with more. Sarah.
Hey, Valerie, good evening to you. You might remember last year the budget was just about 6 months late. It was not finalized until December, and that for the most part sent counties into chaos in terms of funding. Now, the hope this year is to avoid that, but a lot of Republicans tell me it doesn't look too promising.
What we have going on is an impasse.
I'm encouraged with what I've heard this week. I think we're getting closer.
We are at a budget impasse.
I think it's coming along well.
Two different outlooks from two different parties over Pennsylvania's state budget, which is due Sunday.
The budget will not be done by Sunday.
The state is now expected to start the new fiscal year without one, marking the second straight budget for Governor Josh Shapiro that's failed to cross the constitutional deadline by July 1st.
The biggest thing right now is just how much on that education portion that we're going to spend.
The governor's budget proposal calling for over $1 billion new for school districts. This after a Commonwealth court ruled the state's education funding formula is unconstitutional.
Obviously, we want to go all in and are very bullish and ambitious about our public education funding because the courts told us to be that way.
But with that needs to come accountability in terms of our policy. How are these monies being spent? How are we measuring their success?
Republicans also concerned about the governor's $48 billion plan, which relies on about $3 billion in reserve money to balance it.
We finally have the resources to help folks we need, folks with childcare, folks with intellectual disabilities and physical disabilities, children, investing record amounts in our schools.
At home, we wouldn't be doing that. At home, we would pay our bills and put away a little bit for the future.
Both Republicans and Democrats pointing fingers for the potential impasse.
It's very frustrating. We have a governor that's completely been absent. He's traveling around the state water skiing, getting booed at Hershey Bear games. He just has not been around to really lead those negotiations.
But Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis remaining hopeful at Thursday night's presidential debate watch party.
We've had a number of good discussions.
Noting compromise, like in all divided legislatures, is key.
Ultimately, it's going to take compromise to get a budget done in the Capitol, Democrats and Republicans coming together, and I think we're on track to do that in a short order here.
And you did hear that comment from Republican Seth Grove of York County about the governor not being present at the Capitol. Shapiro's spokesperson telling us he has been there every day and that the governor is looking forward to getting the budget done with both parties, both Republicans and Democrats. Now, lawmakers are not here this weekend, but staffers tell me they will be working throughout the weekend from home to keep finalizing this budget. The House and the Senate are back in session on Monday. We're live outside the state capitol. Sarah Wilson, ABC 27 News.